So, good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Way of the King. My name is Renee, and today we're going to talk a little bit about something I was asked about earlier. I think it was yesterday or the day before. What is the greatest commandment? And I think this question has a lot of validity. It's an important question because throughout the scriptures, not every commandment has the same weight. When we're going to, and we're not going to have the scriptures here, but in Mark chapter 12, and there's other places in the gospel where they asked Jesus to test him. They asked him, hey, what is the greatest commandment of all? And so we have many commandments in the law before God, and we can't keep them all. And, we're just human. It becomes too difficult to try to process everything all at once. So we need to sort of group things in what is the most important. And so Jesus responded and said that the most important commandment is the Shema. And the Shema is found in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. For those of you who don't know, Shema, it just means to hear. And that's the Hebrew word for hear, to listen. And so Jesus quotes Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4 that says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God is one Lord. And you are to love the Lord your God with all your heart, your might, and your soul." And so if we look in the book of Deuteronomy, the writer continues to say that this is what we are supposed to teach our children in the morning when they get up, in the middle of the day when you are eating at the table, and at night when you are sleeping or when they're going to go to sleep. We teach them to listen. There is nothing more fundamental that you could teach a child. You can tell between a child that is a little wild, rambunctious, to a child that has discipline. And they know how to listen. They know how to make contact. Just talking to someone about this. They know how to make eye contact and so on. And so to listen is essential. And God told the people of Israel, I want you all to keep this commandment. This is the most important. Hear, O Israel, the Lord, your God is one Lord. How many is God? Is God two? Is God three? God is one. The Lord your God is one. And when you see the cultural environment that surrounded the people of Israel and amongst all the other countries, and it's something that overlaps even to now amongst Christians, is that they see a plurality in God. When the scripture teaches us there is only one God. And so this is important because we are to love that one God with all of our heart, our minds, when we think of the heart, we think of our feelings, the inward parts, Our mind is we give all our thoughts to God, our strength. What we do for God, we are limited in strength. We are limited in what we can do. And we are supposed to give all our strength to God. What does that mean, to give your all to God? It doesn't mean that you're praying 24 hours a day. It doesn't mean you're reading 9 hours a day. It means that whatever you do it for the glory of God. You go to work, you do it for the glory of God. God's character is imbued. It's seen in what you are doing. Whether it's, anything, you're going grocery shopping, you're talking to your children. We want the people to see the light of God, and you're giving God your all when He is involved in everything you do. And so I think that that's the greatest commandment. And if you keep this first commandment, you believe it or not, unknowingly, you're going to be keeping so many commandments at once. And so we will be talking about other commandments, but this is the greatest commandment, to love the Lord your God with all your heart. Peace and love.